Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton. It's time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television, and we do a few reality shows on the side. But today we are doing The Young and the Restless. Before I get into The Young and the Restless, sorry, I'm cleaning out my nails real quick. Just had a little bit of dirt under my nails. Okay, so today has been the weirdest fucking day ever. I had pole dancing class, and then in terms of work, everything just sort of fell to shit for next week. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I do have to say, okay, so I've got for the first time, I've been doing this show for over 2 calendar years, but definitely over a year, like maybe a year and 6 months. And no one has ever showed me anything. I've had to figure everything out on my own. Like, I can't, I don't have any kind of help or anything, right? And because I work a 40-hour-a-week job, and this is not my job, this is just for fun, it's been kind of difficult because, like, I haven't watched any, like, tutorial videos or anything like that. Plus, a lot of them are real boring, too. So I'm like, oh, my gosh. But I will say, today, I sort of had a one-on-one with my buddy Mike, who was giving me a whole bunch of tips on my YouTube channel. So, now here's one of them, and you will see this when I can. So here's the thing. His biggest complaint is the black sides of the screen. How if you and you would only know that it does this if you're watching on a desktop, because if you're watching on a mobile device on the YouTube app, it knows to change the orientation of the screen to match your telephone. Genius, right? It's great. Desktops don't work that way, though. So the desktop, you would still see those black on the sides. You'd see the black on the sides. And apparently people don't really care for that, even though it's not that different than like when you watch a widescreen movie, and you can see the black on the top and the bottom. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. But now the reason why I do it this way for now is that I'm using my left hand right now to hold the phone, okay? And whenever I try to change the orientation of the phone, and I tried this actually, because this has been brought up since I started this channel, but whenever I try to do it, I can't control a lot of, like, how the show starts, or how if I can't get it to start and not look awkward and weird. So here's the thing, though. I'm going to get a tripod. And then I'm going to alter the orientation so that it will always be full screen. So it's coming. It probably won't be next week, but the week after that, because A, I get paid next Friday, and B, I'm traveling all of next week. But, maybe next Saturday, maybe a week from today, actually, 1 week from today, we'll see. We'll see, because I think that's a good idea. And with the tripod, I'm also going to get a background. Now, another reasons why I need this, like, I can't really do anything, is because of where I'm located right now. I'm in my kitchen. And as you can see, there's the refrigerator. There's the dishwasher. That's it. I mean, that's it. And then there's me. And that's all that I've got room for. So, with this backdrop that I'm gonna, and I actually came up with a way to make it a mobile backdrop, so I can even take it with me when I travel. I'm gonna have a nice background the whole time. So those are the two big things that I'm focused on in terms of fixing this channel a little bit. And then I'll definitely have it fixed by the time I do part 2 of Storytime in April. I'll totally have it fixed by then. And not just that, but the next thing, which the last thing will require a little bit of money, not a whole lot, but a little bit. And I'm going to be, so I'm getting the background, the backdrop, that's cheap. That's dirt cheap. And then I'm getting the tripod. That's actually, you can find cheap ones of those too. So we'll see. I mean, fingers crossed, right? Okay. All right, so Young and the Restless. So here's the thing with Young and the Restless this past week. Young and the Restless was great. It was great. Okay, so first of all, Jack and Ashley, they had scenes with, and they were both great, but Beth Maitland, who plays Tracy, she was the best. She had, I mean, I was crying for her because, so basically what happened was Dina called from France. Okay, so she's in France, and she calls asking for Jack and Ashley, and Tracy answers the phone. She says, Tracy, it's your daughter. She's like, no, I don't have a daughter, Tracy. Can you please get Jack and Ashley? And now, normally she's real good about it, and that's great, but there are moments where I mean, my heart was like, oh my God, bless. Gosh, and then she got them, smiled, and then walked away, and then she went to and then she just started bawling, and I would too, I don't know if I would have hit that point. At that point, I probably would have done it a little bit afterwards, but still, I didn't fault her for it. I think but the best part about that whole scene was that she actually then ripped Jack and Ashley to shreds because they weren't getting along. So that was great. And then Jack did something actually very sweet. He put out this display on the mantle, and it had like Ashley's Innovator of the Year award, her diploma from the University of Colorado at Boulder, I think it was. Excuse me. So I think that's really, I mean, and then he had like her first perfume bottles and like that she designed. I mean, it was actually very sweet. And he was like, please come back to Jabot. And for a minute there I was thinking, oh my gosh, well, I think she should. But then she was like, I can't, He's like, I will have that amendment torn up. And she's like, it doesn't matter. She's like, I can't come back to Jabot. My destiny lies elsewhere. Which we all know is now at Newman. So she's at Newman, and she started at Newman this week. And, her and Victoria are already clashing. Which is fine. I'm okay with that. Because there is so much history to be mined in that Victoria-Ashley relationship. So I'm totally down with them mining that for the show, like the current show. And you know what? Mal Young is real good at that too, so I'm sure he'll probably he's the head writer. I'm sure he'll probably do a good job with that as well. So I'm not even concerned about that. I think that'll be an interesting story. Okay, so the other thing that happened this week was, okay, so Chelsea, first of all, Chelsea's been front burner this whole week, which was great. It's unfortunate because she is leaving the show, so I'm thinking this might be her exit song, So basically, we found out this week that Chelsea has been taking money from the Fenmore's website, and the way she's been doing it, and this is very possible. She created a fake website that looks just like the Fenmore's website. So, and not the whole Fenmore's website, just the Chelsea 2.0 store in the Fenmore's website. And so then people would then buy Chelsea 2.0 stuff from the fake website as opposed to Fenmore's because they have misspelled the Fenmore's. And then she sends it to them, and she gets to keep all of the money as opposed to having to split some with Lauren and Fenmore's and even Jack because he owns 50% of the company. So Chelsea has managed to squirrel away around $250,000. So she had it in the wall, And Nick actually was redoing their bathroom, so he needed to redo the plumbing. And so he goes in and he sees all this money. And he automatically assumes that Adam left it behind and it was there. We need to leave the country fund. Which, if he thought about that for a second, they did try to leave the country, so why would he have left that money? You know, that didn't make a whole lot of sense. Like Phyllis called him out on that too. She was like, that doesn't make any sense. So I was like, oh, okay, good, all right. So then Chelsea, because, you know, Nick gives the money to Chelsea because it belonged to Adam. So then Chelsea takes it and she puts it in Adam's grave. But then Phyllis figures it out just because she's Phyllis. Now this Phyllis thing is a little bit hypocritical. Just because Phyllis is no saint, right? Phyllis ran over Paul and Christine. Phyllis put the octopus in Christine's bed. Phyllis killed Dr. Tim Reed and then had Kevin Fisher help her hide the body. And I won't even get into the adultery. So it's not like she is this saint. So that's the one part of the story that is kind of irritating me, is that they're really building Phyllis out to be like this beacon of virtue. That's not, she never was, you know. You know who could be a beacon of virtue? Was the woman who looked like Phyllis that we all thought was Sheila Carter, and it wasn't Sheila Carter. Who knows who the hell that was? We need to find out. She could have been a beacon of virtue. She could be taking Phyllis's place now, and Phyllis could have died a long time ago. No, I don't know about that, but that would be, oh my God. Can you imagine if that happened? People would shit a brick. They would be so upset. They would be really irritated. I would think it was funny. I would just laugh because I could picture people losing their shit over that. But at the same time, you know, that might be stretching it a little bit. Just a little. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. And thanks for kind of bearing with me these past couple of years with my ghetto YouTube show. But it will get better, I promise. I'm working on it. I am working on it. So, thank you. Just thank you. I just want to say thank you for logging on. I do appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. And you can also hashtag YR to Talk Young and the Restless, or you can hashtag GH to Talk General Hospital. And you can also hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel and get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. And you can look around once you're in the YouTube box, on my channel, on my page, whatever. You can then look for that story time with Angel Benton, because that's where I tell stories about my life. All right. Thank you so much for logging on. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.